Howdy, and welcome to another edition of Metal Reincarnation. I'm Laz here in the shop, and the project I'm going to do today is, this is a mailbox, which will go over here to the lights. You can see it any better. This is a mailbox for a piece of property that I bought in Nevada, and it's too boring. It's like just hang around brown. On the side with the flag, I think I'm going to do a graphic. So I'll show you in steps how we do that. It's real simple. You can take an ordinary object and make it look extraordinary. Here we are just moments later, and what I've done is I have Scotch-Brighted this surface. I used a red Scotch-Brite, and all I did was take the sheen off of this. And then what I'll do is I'll put some masking tape on this and spray this side white, and then I'll show you what I do with the graphic. The mailbox has been primered, and I like to show what I use. I used Rust-Oleum Painter's Touch Ultra Cover 2x coverage primer. Also bonds to plastic. Great product. I really like the spray nozzle on these. It's wide and it saves a lot of time. So the next step will be to put the stencil mask on, draw it up, cut it out, and start airbrushing. You are watching Metal Reincarnation. The primer is dry, and I'm going to use Auramask stencil film. It's number 813. It looks like a big roll of contact paper, but essentially it's just a clear film, which I'll put over this, and then take a magic marker, draw my design, and then take an X-Acto blade and cut out so that we have our rally flag on the side of the mailbox. We're using Auramask. It has a light blue tint to it, so it is not clear, it is translucent. And you just kind of put it on, you use a little squeegee, like this. That's from some Bondo, just to smooth it out. Any little air bubbles you can just pierce with an X-Acto knife and then smooth out. But because of what I'm painting, it is not critical that this is down 100% completely. Trust me, because we're using fades in the flag. So let me mark it off. Warning, do not stare too long at this graphic. It will make you dizzy. Or if you are inebriated, you probably feel real good and everything looks perfectly perpendicular, square, and straight. So this is just a Sharpie that I drew a flag design on. Trust me, it'll look better as time goes on, but there's just a free hand. It's not a checkerboard, it's a flowing flag. So I have a lot of artistic license. And now I'm going to cut out every other square with an X-Acto knife. Just a quick update on our mailbox project. As you can see, I've been cutting out the blue mask, and I am using Auramask stencil film 813, an X-Acto knife, and single edge razor blades. The great thing about this is I'm not painting a $20,000 hood. In other words, a $50,000 paint job. This is just a mailbox. So I'm doing it quickly, and I'm getting a couple little scratches in the paint, but that's okay because it's going to be black and white, and I'll just airbrush over the mistakes. That's a great thing about airbrushing and paint. If you don't like it, just paint over it. Alrighty, the flag has been cut out of the mask. The mask is blue. The white is the primer that we sprayed on earlier. Now I'm going to airbrush using a diluted black, a solvent-based paint, not a water-based acrylic. And very lightly putting some shadowing, and then we'll pull that blue mask, add a little more detail, and probably top it off with a little white, some clear coat, and also I'll put the house number on the box. There's airbrush coat 1 with some heavy emphasis on some folds. Now I'm going to pull the blue tape. Let's see what it looks like. Not happy. I want the squares to be bigger. It's a little too busy for this surface area. So I'm going to respray it, remask it, and make the squares bigger. And I think we'll have more depth and a better look. So this is what not to do. I wish I could say that was the purpose of this video, but I screwed up. But because it's paint, I'll just redo it. Okie dokie, new idea. Rust-Oleum automotive primer. Here we go. It is no longer white. It is no longer checkered. It is black. Stay tuned. Let's get going on the new idea. Okay, new game plan. Same mailbox, but doing a little different treatment. So I just used a mask, and this is a white solvent paint. Product I'm using, Inspire. Yes, indeed. All right, now I'm going to switch to black and another airbrush. Again, from Inspire, base black. We're going to trim this up a little bit. This is going to be cool. Okay, we're making progress. I realized I had a airbrush that is malfunctioning. It pays to buy good equipment. And I'm using some white. And if you remember the last shot, here's what we're developing to. We got some true fire developing in there. I've got a trio of skulls. I'm playing around with the eyes. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some color in there now. Maybe some orange. Play around with that. No, I'll start with red. I'll do some red and then some candy, and I'll keep you posted. So I'm going to go get some red. A red candy is what I'm going to get. There has been an interesting turn of events. I had one of my airbrushes messing up. I didn't like the one part, so I pulled it off another one. And then, so I had a good one. And then I tripped on the air cord to change the music in the stereo. And what I did, if I can hold this, it fell, and the needle, oh great, you can see that paint. Yeah, you can see it, put it against white. You can see how it makes a left turn there. So that shot and the trigger got busted. So this is how you accumulate parts for future airbrushes. In the meantime, I've done a few things. We added some mustard yellow, some base red, sharpened it with some white, went in there with a little black to bring it up. And now I'm going to spray a candy on it. And I am going to show you what I've been using. All Inspire paints, which is fine, and templates. But there it is. Inspire. Base black, base mustard, base white, base red. So you can mix those and make other colors in that. But I've been using them straight, non-diluted, full strength. And this is going to be one wicked mailbox. Okay, it's candy time. Bring out the candy man here at Metal Reincarnation. Okay, just a quick update real quick is out of the two, I cut the one needle that was making a left turn. I've made one really nice handling airbrush out of two, and I have blue tape around this collection pot because they just had it in this little flimsy box. They threw it in a plastic bag and shipped it, and the plastic cover got cracked. We worked that all out, so I put tape on it, and I'm just about to put Candy Orange, Inspire Candy Orange on this, and then after that, which I'm not going to show you, I'm going to spray it with a binder, and you do that so that your candies don't just kind of fade away. They're stronger, and this will be a very cool item in about another 12 steps. So excuse me while I work. Okay, I've used some white to do some highlights, and the next step will be to use Fool's Gold candy. by Inspire. Yes, indeed. And we'll see how that looks in just a couple of minutes, and then I'll spray that on, and then I'll do a couple more white highlights, and then I'll use the binder again, the sealer, and call it a night because it's after 11, and I'll get back on this tomorrow, which is Saturday. Okay, here it is with a spray of orange candy, and then I put a binder on it. That's to seal the candy so it doesn't wash in, and it'll be more brilliant once this thing is clear coated. And we should walk over to the shop over here. Hello. You all know that's Tila Tequila. Yeah, baby. Okay. And what I use, the Intercoat Clear from House of Color SG100. Some people call it an Intercoat, in other words, the manufacturers, and other ones call it a binder. So that's what I used over that. And then I'm going to highlight the white and then use another candy, probably maybe a yellow candy or a red candy, and I'll put binder on it again and see how it looks, and see if I want to add some more detail to the skulls, which are looking quite interesting. I want to do something cool with the eyes. So that's what I'm going to be thinking about. And I got about 20 minutes before I can start working again. So I'll be right back. I keep adding layers, and next layer I'm going to add some orange, and then I'm going to put clear coat on it. Not clear coat, but binder rather. Layer sealer. But this is really coming along nicely. The red is a little bit too strong, so we'll soften it with some orange. Okay, I have just put the binder on it. It is done. The next thing I'm going to do is clear coat it, and then I'll show you a picture of it. It's on its side right now, so it will look like this. No, I do not have a drone. I'm just raising my arms up. But that's it. That's how I spent my afternoon. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll show you more economical ways to take ordinary things and put your stamp on them and make them cool. The next shot you see is going to be 3 coats of clear coat. Okie dokie. It is Saturday morning, Memorial Day weekend, as a matter of fact. Here's the clear coat that I used. This stuff is excellent. This is professional. If you're going to have anything exposed to the sun, this is the one to use because it has the UV resistance. Okay, here's the mailbox. The mailman's probably going to be afraid to put mail in this mailbox. But thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe, and I'll be back with more economical ways to turn ordinary stuff into way cool.